Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Red76 and I'm playing King's Quest IV: The Perils of Rosella. Okay, so this game is a little different, a little bit easier to play, and I believe it came out in 1988. In fact, I can give you the proper year. Let's see. King's Quest IV: The Perils of Rosella, released September 1988. That's funny, and it's now October 2nd of 2024, so just last month. How about that? And I just recently played King's Quest III to Air is Human, so if you'd like to see that, go back and watch it. I have a playlist on YouTube that has all of the different King's Quest games. So this one, I guess it's still considered EGA. It's about to be VGA in the next game, I believe. So if I'm wrong, just correct me in the comments. I'm not really sure if it's considered EGA still, but it's it's definitely better quality. Like the shadowing and the colors and the details, just a lot better than the previous games. So they were getting better with the graphics. I'll go ahead and read you the beginning, like the prologue of this. It's let's see. Let me make sure I'm not going to spoil anything. All right, I'll go ahead and read this. This is King's Quest IV: The Perils of Rosella. A long time ago, in a kingdom called Daventry, there lived a king named Edward. Daventry was a very old kingdom, and it had its share of kings, both good and bad, over the thousands of years. King Edward was a very good king, but he was also very old and without children. And remember, King Edward was who Sir Graham served on the first King's Quest. and Graham took the throne right after Edward passed away. Disorder ruled the land since the loss of the three great treasures. King Edward feared that disorder might degenerate further once he died. Besides, he knew as well did his people that without an heir to the throne, the kingdom would be in dire straits indeed. Thus, King Edward sent for his favorite knight, Sir Graham. "You are the bravest and most trustworthy of my knights, quick of wit and stout of heart. I have chosen you to succeed me as king. But first you must prove yourself worthy of my crown. Far beyond the walls of this castle lie shrouded the three great treasures of Daventry, stolen years ago by stealth and sorcery. This kingdom will not be restored to its former glory and prosperity until these great treasures are returned to the rightful hearth. Succeed in this, my request, and the crown shall become yours upon my death. Fail, and our once beautiful kingdom will fall into the hands of evil forces, who will use the powerful magic of the three great treasures against us. May you return victorious, Sir Graham." Thus Sir Graham ventured where most humankind dared not tread, and returned home victorious with the cherished treasures of Daventry, as is chronicled in the tale Quest for the Crown. That's the first King's Quest. Now Graham ruled over the land with the aid of the magic mirror and the other great treasures of Daventry. The people of Daventry prospered greatly under the reign of the kindly monarch. But peace and prosperity can become quite dull for valiant kings. Not more than a week after the third anniversary of his appointment to the throne, on the eve of King Edward's death, did King Graham begin to feel the pangs of loneliness. Fate would have it that Graham was standing next to the magic mirror as he pondered his plight. As he glanced toward the mirror, he noticed that the glass had grown inexplicably cloudy. As the mist cleared, Graham beheld the image of the most beautiful maiden he had ever seen. Excuse me. She stood gazing from a window, motionless except for a stray breeze that stirred her hair. A tear fell from one eye and sparkled on her cheek like a diamond on velvet. See, see, see how the tears run down her face. Oh, that I were the glove upon the hand that would brush away such sorrow, exclaimed Graham. The king's heart was suddenly intoxicated with longing for this maiden. Indeed, this was the woman who must be his queen. O mirror wise, said Graham, I have vowed to make this maiden my bride. Where may I find her? The mirror clouded once more, and a voice spoke forth. This is the maiden Valenice. She is from the kingdom of Colima, and is known for her goodness to no less than her beauty. The jealous crone Hagatha whisked Valenice away to an enchanted land and imprisoned her in a quartz tower guarded by a ferocious beast. To rescue Valenice, you must travel to the kingdom of Colima, where you may search for the keys which unlock the 3 doors to the enchanted land. As the tale is told, King Graham did indeed find the 3 magic keys and face the battles that led to the safe rescue of the beautiful maiden Valenice. The full account of King Graham's search for his bride is chronicled in the tale Romancing the Throne. So that was King's Quest II. And again, you can go back and watch it if you like. So King Graham married the beautiful girl he had rescued, and 2 years later the young Queen Valenice gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Alexander bore a striking resemblance to his father, and likewise Rosella to her mother. The family lived a very happy and peaceful life, at least for a while. But from deep within the forest came rumblings of a terrible beast who was ravaging a bloody trail toward the land of Daventry. Sightings of dragons had been rare in these tranquil times, and never before in the kingdom of Daventry had anyone witnessed such a beast as the terrible 3-headed dragon. As the years crept by, the notoriety of the beast grew as great as the destruction it wrought. Soon the whole population of Daventry trembled with the news of the dragon's approach, and each homestead dwelt in terror. Meanwhile, in a land far away lived the malevolent wizard Mananan. Mananan kept a watchful eye upon the kingdoms of the world. With a sardonic grin, he watched as the 3-headed dragon rampaged its way towards Daventry. Mananan's hatred of mankind had intensified with his great age, and his cold black eyes burned a strange reflection upon the glass of the crystal as he mirthfully watched another human swallowed whole by the vicious beast. Preferring his solitude, the powerful Mananan only allowed himself to be observed by one servant boy who maintained his house and performed all of his menial chores. Of course, Mananan could have conjured up spirits to do his dirty work, but he much preferred to see the toil and strain of a young mortal suffering under his thrall. Most would call it depravity, but it was fear that fueled the flames of Mananan's hatred of humanity, a fear instilled by a vision from his prophetic crystal ball. From within its walls of quartz had Mananan seen his own hideous destruction at the hands of a conquering hero. Time has wrought many changes, and with them much sorrow. The kingdom of Daventry was ravaged by the deplorable dragon, and the young princess Rosella was abducted. The entire kingdom was overcome by the brutal onslaught of the beast, and though forewarned, found themselves helpless to defend against its supernatural strength. Much weeping and wailing was heard throughout the land. Even with its power and prophecy, the magic mirror could provide no answers, not even a clue, for some bearer of black magic had cast a cloud of darkness upon its face, and the wizard watched with eyes of venom. The entire tale of Rosella's rescue, the wizard's downfall, and the restoration of the royal family is chronicled in the saga To Err is Human. That's King's Quest III. According to legend, shortly after Rosella's rescue, King Graham decided it was time to pass on his adventurer's cap. Gathering in his wife and 2 children into his arms, the king offered a grateful smile upwards, for each member of his family had given him great pride. Gazing down at his children, he could not help but see the glint of spirited valor in their eyes. Knowing the future of his kingdom would rest soundly in the hands of its future heir, he slowly lifted his hands to display the famous adventurer's cap. And now the commencement of the noblest adventure of all. When you are asked for a word to pass the copy protection, refer to this table. It's got a table here in the book, I can see. It's got pages, words, overview, tips, words, a whole bunch of words. It's like a security, I guess, for back then. You had to put a password in, essentially. The first column represents page number, section, or tip number. The second paragraph and the third signifies the word falls, where the word falls in the paragraph. So that's it for the prologue. Let's see what happens here. In order to verify your legal ownership, please use your King's Quest IV manual to answer the following question. On page 5, what is the 9th word in the 5th paragraph? On page 5, 9th word. 5th paragraph, indeed. Cool, got it. Oh, Father, she sobs, you're still young. You should have many years ahead of you. Oh, I wish I could help you, Father. Do you really mean that? A soft voice asks. Rosella looks up but sees no one. Who's speaking to me? I am, the voice says. Look in the magic mirror. Rosella sees an image in the mirror. Who are you? She queries. I am the fairy Genesta. In my land of Tamir, there is a remarkable tree. This tiny tree needs 100 years to bear a single fruit. But this is no ordinary fruit, for if a person were to eat it, they would find that good health and well-being would be theirs for many years. Rosella is much heartened by this news. Where is the land of Tamir? Genesta smiles. Tamir is very far away, but with my magic I can bring you here. Rosella senses that there is more to the story, but I suppose there are some problems. Yes, you are correct, Rosella. If you are willing to come to Tamir, I will explain the situation. However, once I bring you here, I can't send you back. You will have to help me first. Confused, Rosella says, I don't know. What if I can't help you or find the tree? Janessa, please, you must decide now, Rosella. My powers are growing weaker by the minute. Now the fairy is but a faint glimmer and her voice barely audible. If you care for your father, she says, yes, say yes now. And suddenly she's gone. Yes. The lovely fairy speaks. I am the fairy Janessa. Welcome to Tamir. Rosella looks awestruck at the fairy. She is stunningly beautiful, but still there is a certain sadness to her. Finally, Rosella speaks. I know you would like me to help you in some way, but I don't know how I could help a fairy. Janessa looks sadder than ever. You're wrong, Rosella. You see, I'm losing my magical powers. Yesterday, as I was strolling through the woods, Lolat, the evil fairy, caught me unawares and stole my magic. The fairy sighs, she yanked it from my neck and raced away screeching with laughter. Immediately, I felt my powers diminishing and my body weakening. I will die in 24 hours if my talisman is not returned. I guess she said talisman. I didn't catch the last word earlier. Intently, Janessa looks at Rosella. Lolat is very evil and will use the talisman to bring more evil to Tamir. Now I fear it will contaminate my whole country. Further, I cannot send you home without my talisman. Rosella is unsure as to what she can do. Meekly she asks, I want to help you, but how? You can do more than you think, Rosella, Janessa assures her. I believe you will be able to penetrate Lolat's domain. Suddenly, Rosella remembers the tiny tree. Can you tell me where to find the magic fruit? Remorsefully, Janessa looks at Rosella. It will not be easy to reach the tree. It grows on a tiny island within a vast swamp on the other side of the great mountains. Bravely fighting back tears, Rosella says, I will help you in any way I can, Janessa. How can I find Lolat? The beautiful fairy points eastward. Lolat's castle overlooks Tamir from the great mountains. You have a map? Janessa looks weaker as she says, there is not much more I can do, Rosella. As it is, it will be difficult for me to fly home again. One thing I must do for you, though. I shall disguise you as a peasant girl so as not to attract attention. Thank you, Janessa. I think, Rosella stammers. You're undercover, Rosella. It's okay. You're still a princess. It will be better for you, the fairy says. Well, I must be off while I can still fly. I know you can do it. Goodbye. Good luck. Well, you're on your own, Rosella. that's it. So, let's do a little bit faster. Oops. And do one more. How's that? That's better. So this one's a lot nicer because when you hit space to type in your input, it pauses the game. So it's so much nicer. A river coming from the east spills into the blue ocean before you. A lonely beach edges the ocean. From atop the bluff, a lovely meadow stretches eastward. The wide blue ocean disappears into the horizon to the west. There are not many rocks here. Eastward, you see a pretty green meadow. The same thing, yeah. Beautiful wildflowers adorn the green meadowland to the east. The cold water of the river contrasts sharply with the warmer ocean water as the two converge. The bright blue sky seems to merge as one with the vast ocean before you. You see a poor but beautiful peasant girl. No? So, let's save it real quick. Do we have to change directory or anything, or can we just do it like this? This is 10 to 24. So this is a good game. I like this one. I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorites, but it is the only one of this version of graphics, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and you can actually swim too, I believe, right? Yeah. Oh dear Lord. You are swimming in a great ocean. Playful fish leap out as you swim. They have the Jaws theme again, I think. I don't see one here. Just get out of there, fast! So you have to be careful swimming. We'll go north. We'll just kind of explore the the boundary here. Wistfully, you stare out over the ocean, wishing you could go home and see your family again. Unfortunately, reality sets in, and you remember your difficult situation. Turning your head, you look eastward toward a meadowland covered with wildflowers and heave a big sigh of sadness. You can see very few trees. The sparkling white sand beach edges a vast blue ocean. Turning to the east, you see a lush flowery meadow. You see a rather jaunty-looking fellow who appears to be a wandering minstrel. He seems to be a lute player. You say hello to the minstrel, who looks at you in surprise. Well, well, what do we have here? He asks. You introduce yourself as Rosella. Hello, Rosella, the minstrel says. Let me play for you one of my favorite tunes, and he begins to play an old ballad. Unfortunately, it appears that his musical skills are quite limited as he plucks and pings his way through an otherwise beautiful song. You don't have it. No? Let's see. Okay. You unthinkingly speak to the minstrel again, who immediately begins playing another bad rendition of a favorite oldie but goodie. The game's theme. You see a shabby little house with a pier in the distance. You see someone sitting on the end of the pier. Oh, no. Tree. No. The minstrel seems quite pleased that you appreciate his music so much. He obviously loves the attention as he goes into an out-of-tune version of Green Sleeves. that's the song from King's Quest 1. You can't get enough, can you, Rosella? This man obviously loves an audience as he takes you through another popular ballad. You see many seagulls gliding through the air in their never-ending quest for food. The minstrel seems quite pleased that you appreciate his music so much. Yeah, okay. So, there's not a whole lot else we can do with him yet. The minstrel is not going to give you his sole means of livelihood. You are carrying nothing, so I have nothing on me. Alright, let's head up. Let's go up here. A poor fisherman's shanty adorns this part of the coastline. A pier stretches from the house out into the ocean to the west. You see a pretty meadowland off to the east. You're not close enough now. You peek through the window, but can make out no details. An old rusted anchor leans against the wall of the house. The old worn pier just juts out into the ocean from the weather-beaten house. The fisherman's shack looks badly in need of repair, as the sun, wind, and salt spray have taken their toll. From the house, an old pier leads out into the ocean. This is a plain wooden door. I like the music in this game. You are standing at the end of an old weathered pier. From here to the west, you can see nothing but ocean. You see a grizzled old fisherman on the pier. Apparently he isn't having any luck today. You say a few words to the old fisherman. However, he must have other things on his mind, as he seems to ignore you. There's nothing of interest in the wooden barrel. Checking it. Oh, oh. Oh. The pier is old and weather beaten. Huh. Alright. No. Oh. You knock loudly on the shanty door. A woman's voice answers, "Just come on in." The inside of the fisherman's shack looks almost as shabby as the outside. The fisherman's worn and tattered wife sits at the table with her husband talking. The fisherman's pole has been set into the corner. This is a plain wooden door. There's nothing of interest on the floor. At least the stove keeps it warm in here. The grizzled old fisherman and his tattered wife sit at their table talking. Yep, those are chairs, all right. It looks like an old worn table. The lumpy bed looks old and uninviting. You see a cupboard filled with canned goods. You see a large fish hanging on the wall. You see the ocean out the window. You start going around their home. You see the meadow out the window. There's nothing of importance on the walls. There's nothing under the bed. You talk to the grizzled fisherman as he sits at the table. Sighing, he tells you, "Them fish ain't been biting lately. If things don't get better soon, I don't know what to do." In reply, the old fisherman comments, "Me and the wife ain't getting any younger, and times is tough. If you've got any ideas, girlie, let me know." The fisherman chooses to ignore your attempted conversation. Instead, he looks dismally into his coffee cup and sighs heavily. You say hello to the poor woman with little impatience. She responds, "What are you doing in here, young lady? Can't you see I'm busy? We have enough problems without worrying about you." You try to talk pleasantly to the tired-looking woman, but your words seem to fall on deaf ears. She's obviously annoyed by your presence. The smell of hot coffee fills the room. You don't like coffee. Alright, so not a whole lot we can do for them right now. Oh, man. How can you do that, Rosella? Same thing. So we'll have to come back. I really can't help them right now. A narrow strip of the beach borders a vast ocean which stretches off to the west. A pretty green meadow dotted with bunches of wildflowers goes to the east. Oh wait, it goes to the east. And this is where we started, right here. So, now we can continue eastward. A cold river carves its way through this lush, flowery meadow. And we have a unicorn. You see a beautiful wild unicorn in the meadow. Its coat is dapple gray and its wonderful horn shines like gold. The unicorn shies at your approach and trots away. The cold water of the river rushes westward. Scattered rocks lie among the wildflowers of the meadow. Green grass carpets this lovely meadowland. Colorful wildflowers grow among the small rocks and bushes of the meadowland. Small low bushes dot the pretty meadowland, or meadow. Wildflowers grow among them. The sky is nice and blue. Let's go north. A green meadowland filled with beautiful wildflowers surrounds you. And you pretty much just have to be observant. Just look at everything. Examine everything. The scent of wildflowers fills the air in this lovely green meadow. Yes, there's a tree stump in the middle of the meadow. A beautiful green meadow dotted with wildflowers serves as the fisherman's spacious backyard. The flowers' sweet scent fills the air. Rock. Yep. You're surrounded by beautiful wildflowers in this luscious green meadowland. And we're back to here. So we're going to keep moving inward, inland. You are wandering through a thick wood. You hear birds chirping from the many trees. You call to the wild unicorn, but it trots away at your arrival. You see small birds here and there. You see nothing of importance on the ground. Ah. A gentle stream meanders its way through the trees. A rustic stone bridge crosses its path. A rustic stone bridge adds a bit of charm to this part of the woods. The cold water of the river rushes westward. The trees are numerous in these woods. Look. under bridge. You peek under the bridge, but do not see anything of importance from where you're standing. You kneel down and peer under the bridge. Aha! You have found a small golden ball. You pick it up and carry it with you. I like that. It's cool. You see nothing of importance under the bridge. So we got a gold ball. Cool. I remember that. No? That's a willow tree, right? Numerous water lilies float serenely upon the lovely little pond nestled in these woods. Atop one of the bigger lily pads, you notice a rather large frog wearing a little gold crown. The large frog stares back at you with big, bulging eyes. This is a very pretty little pond. Floating upon it are many beautiful water lilies. You spy a large frog sitting on top of a big lily pad, and yes, it's wearing a little gold crown. Rivet, rivet. Well, what else did you expect from a frog? The trees are numerous in these... look, grass. In these woods, yeah. Look, sky... Soft grass cushions your walk through these woods. Look, mud? No. Look, dirt. There's nothing of interest in the ground. I wonder if he'll jump off. Oops, you scared the frog away. Many water lilies float upon this little pond. Nice. So we'll go further up. You have entered a shady wooded area with birds calling from the many trees. You notice a pool in the distance to the north. The raven doesn't look to be a friendly bird at all. Caw, caw! You see small birds here and there. Cheep, cheep. Tree. The trees are numerous in these woods. Rock. A large rock dominates the clearing. Uh-oh, you startled Cupid. The beautiful pool with its elegant marble columns has a wonderful setting in these woods. The water looks so cool and inviting, you're almost tempted to jump in. Uh-oh, you've startled Cupid. He quickly jumps out of the pool and flies away in fear. Cupid only wants to get away from you. The beautiful pool is lined with tall marble columns. Its crystal clear water looks very inviting. Oops, column. The marble columns flank the lovely pool. You see a little golden bow and 2 golden arrows on the ground by the pool. Let me save this just before we do anything. Let's go back down. We'll wait. Cupid happily splashes and frolics in the clear water of the pool. You see a little golden bow and 2 golden arrows. Look, bow. Don't have it. You speak to Cupid, but he doesn't seem to hear you. Cupid is through with his swim and is now leaving. He takes the bow. Okay. So we have to startle him. water's too shallow to swim. You drink some of the pool water, it quenches your thirst. I think this is where the unicorn was originally. Oh, there he is. Got the bow. Cupid's bow. I didn't mean to do that. What's nice about this game is you can use the mouse a little bit. Better control there. And something was going to happen here earlier too, and I moved away too soon. I think a giant appears around here sometimes. We'll see if he'll catch the ball. Try another spot. You accidentally drop the golden ball into the pond. From atop a lily pad, a large green frog leaps into the water and disappears from view. A moment later, the frog emerges with, "Yes, your lost ball," in its mouth. It seems as if the frog is kindly returning your gold ball to you. The large frog... Squinching up your nose in disgust, you catch the large frog and hold it in your hand. It stares at you with its big bulgy eyes and wobbles its throat. That's cute. And I guess we'll try kissing the frog, right? You look at the frog's green lips. Good. You feel silly doing this as you slowly put your mouth against the frog's. Suddenly, the little green frog changes into a handsome prince. "Who are you?" the prince demands. "I thought you were supposed to be a princess. Why, you're nothing more than a peasant girl." You blanch a bit at that remark, but say nothing. "Well, ta-ta," he says. "I'm off. Here, you may keep this." To your surprise, he tosses the little golden crown to you as he takes his leave. Good riddance, you think. Small crown. Ungrateful, right? So what do we have? Gold ball, small crown, Cupid's bow. Let's save it. Oh, there he is. You see a lively creature who is at the same time both man and goat. He is a satyr, and his name is Pan. He seems to be greatly enjoying his flute music. You attempt to speak to Pan, but he pays you no mind. He's too wrapped up in his flute music. You can't. Pan won't give it to you. There he is. Let's see if we can find the unicorn. Actually, we need to wait, huh? Can we go up this way? You have come upon a cute little house built right into a huge tree. An old water wheel attached to the house goes unused beside the little river that flows gently before the house. The water wheel appears run down and is currently not in use. It's a small wooden door. A forest of pine trees encircles you. Cold water, the river rushes westward. There are flowers here and there. So, whose house do you think we have found? You peek through the window but can make out no details. You knock loudly on the small door, no answer. Break and enter. This is the main room of the Seven Dwarfs' cozy treehouse. What a mess it is. A cheery fire heats a bubbling pot of soup in the fireplace. You see a pot of soup bubbling over a cheery fire. You see many cupboards. The narrow stairs lead up to the bedroom. You see a long wooden table. Empty soup bowls are left on it. This clock has seen better days. The cuckoo has flown away. You can see the forest out the window. There are dirty dishes in the sink. The dishes are dirty. You see a long wooden table. Empty soup bowls are left on it. Bench. There's nothing to interest you in the cupboards. Okay. You have entered the small upstairs bedroom of the Seven Dwarfs. My goodness, these dwarfs are sloppy. There are 7 little beds. Quit being a snoop, Rosella. Well, we've already broken into the home. You might as well. You see the forest out the window. The dwarfs share one chest of drawers. No, it's private. And we're in their house. Alright. So we listen. Oh yeah, rug. A nice braided rug lies on the floor. Lamp? Is that what that is? You don't have it. There's a lamp right there. It belongs to the dwarfs. Sorry about that. Had a phone call. Alright. So, let's clean up. Let's do a good deed and clean. You hear the dwarfs approaching. You watch quietly as the dwarfs file in one by one, get a bowl of soup, and take a seat at the table. This dwarf must really be hungry. He's getting 2 bowls of soup. The 7 dwarfs seem very pleased that you tidied their messy home. One politely asks you your name. You tell him, and he cordially invites you to sit down with them and eat the bowl of soup he got for you. You seat yourself at the table and begin to eat the surprisingly delicious soup. I wonder what it was like playing this game back when it first came out, you know? Different computers, maybe not as fast. Seeing these types of graphics for the first time. It's time for the little men to go back to the mine. Goodbye and thanks for the soup, you call as they take their leave. You finished your soup also. It was the best soup you have ever tasted, maybe though you were just really hungry. Good music in this game. Phew, I hope that's the last of it. The dishes have been washed and put away. You see a pot of soup bubbling over a cheery fire. Soup? The soup doesn't belong to you. You see a long wooden table. You also notice a blue pouch. Diamond pouch. Nice. Inventory cannot be displayed at this time. The sink is clean and empty. A rag rug covers the floor. can't do that now. Wind clock? Oop. That is not clear. You know, wind up the clock. Pump water. That is not understood. Get water. You don't need to carry water. Well, we'll leave and we'll return the pouch to the dwarf if we can find him. We'll keep going north. Oh, right next to a cemetery. This rundown, gloomy cemetery gives you the creeps. Many of the old tombstones have fallen over and the entire place is overgrown with grass and weeds. An old rotting tree adds appropriate charm to the decrepit cemetery. The old cemetery has fallen into a bad state of disrepair. "1643, here lies Newberry Will. His life was finished because he took ill. But none'll miss him. He should have been wiser. 'Tis his own fault for being such a miser." Thorpe's corpse. Close enough. Maybe that's just a. Is that just a wall? "Here I lie with my 3 daughters who died drinking Cheltenham waters. If we had stuck to Epsom salt, we should not sleep in this cold vault. Here lies the body of Marianne Louder. She burst while drinking a seedlitz powder. Called from this world to her heavenly rest, she should have waited till it effervesced." Dr. I lets 'em. When people's ill, they come to I physics, bleeds, and sweats 'em. Sometimes they live, sometimes they die. What's that to I lets 'em. To the ever-living memory of Hiram Bennett, baby son of Edward and Sarah Bennett, who by a sudden surprise fell asleep the 11th day of November 1553, aged 6 months. Damn. That's sad. Beneath the stone, a lump of clay, lies Uncle Peter Daniels, who early in the month of May took off his winter flannels. 6 feet beneath this funeral wreath is laid upon the shelf one Jerry Jones who dealt in bones, and now he's bones himself. Strong and athletic was my frame. Far from my native home I came, and manly fought with Simon Byrne. Alas, but live not to return. Reader, take warning by my fate, lest you should rue your case too late. If you have ever fought before, determined now to fight no more. Lord Coningsby, 1559 to 1626, sleepeth here in peace, an honorable man, a valiant soldier, he served his country well. I plant these shrubs upon your grave, dear wife, that something on this spot may boast of life. Shrubs must wither and all earth must rot. Shrubs may revive, but you think heaven will not. Gah! An old crumbling stone wall surrounds the neglected cemetery, so that's what it was. You see numerous graves on the ground. Creepy. Probably one of the first times you ever see a cemetery in a game, you know. A thick forest of pine trees surrounds you. You see a house in the distance to the north. A forest of pine trees encircles you. You better save it. Oh dear God. Oh no. You're caught. Thank you for playing Keys Quest 4, The Perils of Rosella. Next time, be more perfect. I almost said Police Quest. You see a large thatched roof house surrounded by forest, and it looks very formidable. It might be wise to use caution here. This is a heavy wooden door. There's nothing in the pail. Look, window. You peek through the window, but you make out no details. This is a large, crudely built, thatched roof house that makes you feel uneasy. You see a crude mine shaft in the midst of this forest of pine trees. The door is wide open. Okay, cool. Diamonds glitter and sparkle from the earthen walls of the Seven Dwarfs diamond mine. Within it, you see the little men busily at work. You can see the Seven Dwarfs toiling away with their picks and shovels, extracting the plentiful diamonds from their underground mine. You endeavor to engage in conversation with the small men, but they are too busy to reply. The dwarves have everything they need. Can't go that way. Sparkling diamonds gleam from the walls and litter the mine floor. Try standing in front of the head dwarf. You see the busy little dwarfs hard at work within the diamond mine. The diamonds flash and sparkle from the earthen walls. Try standing in front of it. I did. Try like this. Being an honest person, you offer the forgotten pouch of diamonds to the dwarf. His gruff exterior softens a bit. Nah, you can keep it, he says. We got plenty here. We also got an extra lantern we ain't using. Here, go ahead and take it. The dwarf's gruffness returns as he says, now skedaddle on out of here. Thank you. One dwarf appears to be idling by the diamond bucket. You see a bucket brim full of sparkling diamonds. This bucket is not yours, Rosella. So we can keep the diamond pouch. Lantern unlit. Cool. You attempt to talk to the dwarf by the bucket again, but he only ignores you. You get the message. Cool. Almost looked like she jumped. You're roaming through a dense forest. A pretty robin pulls hungrily at a long earthworm. I think we have to get the worm. You see a fat worm wiggling on the ground. Worm. Cool. Can we go up here? You're walking through a forest thick with pine trees. A nearby river rushes westward from the distant mountain range. In the distance, you see a large house. It's too far in the distance to see it. The cold water of the river rushes westward. forest of pine trees encircles you. Indeed, this is a spooky old house. It looks as if no one has lived here for many years. Flanking the old house on both sides is a run-down cemetery. A thick forest looms all around. This is not a pleasant house. In fact, it's downright scary. It looks old and abandoned and badly in need of tender, loving care. To make matters worse, it sits right in the middle of an old cemetery. An old crumbling stone wall surrounds the neglected cemetery. This is a finely carved wooden door. With trepidation, you rap on the door. Not surprisingly, nobody answers. A forest of pine trees encircles you. Yeah, we gotta be careful here. This place gives you the willies. The trees around here are very strange, almost human-like. A dense forest surrounds this old grove of trees. These trees do not have the capability to talk. Can we walk behind the house? Nice. This is a scary old cemetery. Many of the tombstones are crumbling or falling over, and the entire place is overgrown with weeds. A mountain range looms to the east, and all around a forest encroaches. How odd. You see a crypt door built right into the mountainside. You have come upon a bizarre group of scary human-like trees. A thick forest of pine trees surrounds this strange group. Steep mountains block your way to the east. The Rocky Mountains rise sharply to the east. Reed stone. 1546. Reader, here lies, but forbear to read more without a tear or tear. 1. I cannot speak the rest. You may weep, I'll smite my breast. Grief preventing, and this stone too small to be written on. Only this, a little boy, Willie, in Abram's bosoms laid. Rebecca Freeland, 1598. She drank good ale, good punch and wine, and lived to the age of 99. At length, my friends, the feast of life is o'er. I've eat sufficient, and I'll drink no more. My night is come. I've spent a jovial day. 'Tis time to part, but oh, what is to pay? Dentist Brown, stranger, approach this spot with gravity. John Brown is filling his last cavity. Whoever you are, tread softly, I entreat you, for if he chance to wake, be sure he'll eat you. Betty Cowden, 1650 to 1669. Here lieth the body of Betty Cowden, who would live longer, but she couldn't. Sorrow and grief made her decay when she lost her lover at sea one day. 1634 to 1672. She done her best. Jeez. Nothing? The crypt door is closed. The stone crypt is built into the mountainside. Here lies a poor woman who was always tired. She lived in a house where help wasn't hired. Her last words on earth were, "Dear friends, I'm going to where there's no cooking or washing or sewing. For everything there is exact to my wishes. For where they don't eat, there's no washing of dishes. I'll be where loud anthems will always be ringing. But having no voice, I'll be quit of the singing. Don't mourn for me now, don't mourn for me never. I am going to do nothing forever and ever. Sounds like a plan, actually. See if anybody answers, right? You pound on the door and hear your knocks echo from within. There is no answer. The door is locked. You see a beautiful waterfall cascading down the mountain into a deep blue pool. From the pool, a river courses westward. Around you, a dense forest closes in. This is a magnificent waterfall. It tumbles into a deep pool, which then flows westward as a rushing river. The cold water of the river rushes westward. The Rocky Mountains rise sharply to the east. Ah, it tastes good. A mountain range rises to the east from the forest. A narrow path winds steeply up the side of it. The narrow path dangerously winds its way up the steep mountains. Alright, so what we can do, we can try to go in. Let's save it. This is the entry room of the old house. Downstairs you see 2 open doorways, and upstairs you see an additional 2 doorways. The room is cobwebbed and dusty with wallpaper peeling from the walls. That's cool, you actually see the reflection. You look in the broken mirror and see the reflection of a poor but beautiful peasant girl. A tattered rug lies on the floor. An old grandfather clock sits in the corner. With each swing of its pendulum, time relentlessly marches on. You notice 2 interesting portraits above the downstairs doorways, one of a middle-aged woman and the other of a young man. You wonder who they are. Let's try in here. Considering the disarray of the rest of the house, the parlor looks in relatively good order. However, the fireplace is cold and unused, the bookshelves are almost bare, and the old furnishings are dusty. The fireplace hasn't been used in years. An interesting portrait of a young girl hangs above the fireplace. You gaze at it intently and notice that her eyes seem to stare at the left wall of the parlor. You examine the few remaining books on those bookshelves. Only one catches your attention. It is entitled The Complete Works of William Shakespeare. You remove the Shakespeare book from the shelf and carry it with you. Cool. You examine the few remaining books on the bookshelves. None interest you. The portrait is firmly attached to the wall. You examine the books on this side of the room. None of these books are up the quality of reading you're used to. The furniture is old and dusty. The furniture is old and dusty. Lamp. The lamp is old and dusty. Use lamp. What do you want to do with the lantern unlit? Oh. Open cabinet. There's nothing of interest in the dusty old cabinet. Nothing. The fireplace hasn't been used in years. You examine the left wall very closely and notice a little latch. You flip the latch in the wall and behold, you have discovered a secret door. You have found a secret tower. Narrow steps spiral dizzyingly upward. Excuse me. You notice a shovel leaning against the wall. A torch burns on the wall. Cool. The steps are narrow, steep, and spiral upwards. I don't think we need to go up there quite yet. We have to find something before we go up there, if I remember correctly. This old dining room has seen better days. The long table is littered with crumbs and dust, and against the wall the empty hutch is covered with cobwebs. There's nothing of interest in the hutch. The dusty old table is littered with crumbs. The chairs seem to be falling apart. Can't do that now. You see the cemetery out the window. The old kitchen is quite bare. The fireplace has been cold for years, and the dusty pantry is empty, but for old crumbs. See the cemetery out the window. The fireplace is stone cold. An empty cooking pot sits in it. The cooking pot is empty and useless. No? What else is there? Is that it? Table? The barrel is empty. You can't use it. You see crumbs here. There's nothing that interests you on the kitchen shelves. Is that a ladder? An old ladder sits in the middle of the floor. You can't use that here right now. Is that a candle? No. Shovel. Shakespeare book. Read book. How far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. In thy face I see the map of honor, truth, and loyalty. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. A horse, my kingdom for a horse. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. How oft the sight of means to do ill deeds makes ill deeds done. Kiss me, Kate, we will be married o' Sunday. You may my glories and my state depose, but not my grief, still am I king of those. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. I am that merry wanderer of the night, I jest to Oberon, and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. The day shall not be up so soon as I too try the fair adventure of tomorrow. To hold as 'twere the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time is his form and pressure. He jests at scars that never felt a wound, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. 'Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Wow. No beast so fierce, but knows some touch of pity. Love looks not with the eyes. Okay, yeah, I read that one. Is the chair empty? Is the swords unswayed? Is the king dead? The empire unpossessed? No beast so fierce. Read that one. Look how my ring encompasseth thy finger, even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart, where both of them, for both of them are thine. I think we've finally read them all. You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Newts and blindworms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. How sour sweet music is, when time is broken, no proportion kept, so is it in the music of men's lives. Man, he wrote a lot. Bell, book, and candle shall not drive me back. Forbear to judge where we are sinners all. Close up his eyes and draw the curtain close, and let us all to meditation. Think I read them all now? The world has grown so bad that wrens make prey where eagles dare not perch. Man, oh, I have passed a miserable night, so full of ugly sights, of ghastly dreams, that, as I am a Christian, faithful man, I would not spend another such a night, though 'twere to buy a world of happy days. Man, a lot. Now I think we read all of them. Nope. Tut, I have done 1,000 dreadful things as willingly as one would kill a fly. Every time I think I've read them all, another one pops up. I'm amazed, methinks, and lose my way among the thorns and dangers of this world. It's cool. I guess we can go upstairs. The stairs lead up to the second story. This old bedroom must have once been very nice. You could imagine a cheery fire in the fireplace while its occupant slept snugly in the big bed, but sadly this room has been abandoned for years. The fireplace has been cold for years. There's nothing there. You see the cemetery out the window. The old bed still looks comfortable. There's nothing under the bed. A worn rug lies beneath the bed. Can't do that now. The chest of drawers is empty. It appears as if this was once the master bedroom. However, cobwebs hang everywhere and dust covers the furniture. The old bed is massive and dominates the room. There's nothing important on the walls. Tattered oriental rug covers the floor at the foot of the bed. The drawers are empty. You look in the mirror and see the reflection of a poor but beautiful peasant girl. There's nothing under the bed. The drawers are empty. This old baby nursery must have once been a cheery place. Now, through neglect, cobwebs decorate the corners. Wallpaper peels from the walls and dust covers the nursery furniture. You imagine the mother who must have rocked her baby in this rocking chair. There's an old rocking horse here. A warm pink rug adorns the floor. The chest of drawers is empty. That would waste your precious time. See this thing turn out the window. Oh, maybe I have to rock this. You imagine the mother who must have rocked her baby in this rocking chair. I don't know what those are called, the rockers. This is a rocker, like a rocking chair, but what is this thing right here called? I forget. It's not a crib. Cradle, that's right. I see an empty cradle here. The music was kind of like rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. Alright. Nothing else in there. I could go upstairs, but I feel like I need something up there. Let me see. I'll try. I don't think I can do anything yet. Won't fall off. The steps spiral steeply up the stone tower of this old house. Let me save it before I fall down. A dusty old pipe organ sits in the center of the tower room. Dust and cobwebs cover the old organ. It would be better to move to the inside of the bench. There's a bench in front of the old organ. Search organ? What a virtuoso you are, Rosella. Can't do that now. Yeah, there is something we need to do. Just can't remember. I know what it is I need, I just don't remember how to get it. So we'll keep exploring. We could go this way, I think. Down here. I think we have to go through this waterfall eventually. The force of the water pushes you back. Okay. Yeah, we do need to go up that path. This is a perfect place. You have found a grove of very odd and scary looking trees. A thick forest surrounds the grove. We'll go this way. Save it. We've gotten pretty far. I think we're supposed to look through the keyhole. No? What the heck? Lock door. You cautiously tap at the door, but are greeted only with vicious barking from the other side. Oh. We saved it. You can't, it's locked and you don't have the key. Oh, never mind. Forest? You've really gotten yourself out on a limb this time, Rosella. Ran into a tree. Roberta says, thank you for playing King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. Next time, be more careful. Sweet. Alright, so what do we have? We have all that stuff. Shakespeare book. You know what? We need to give that to the guy that was playing the lute, I think. I think that's who we're supposed to give the book to, so let's try that. Just have to find him. He was over by the water, kind of. Let's go this way. Oh! No, we gotta come back and find him. There he is. You hand the Shakespeare book to the minstrel curiously, he opens it and begins to read aloud, first hesitantly, then with increased forcefulness as he begins to get into it. Suddenly he stops and looks at you. This is wonderful, he exclaims. This gives me a new lease on life. No longer am I a mere minstrel. Now I will become a famous actor. To be or not to be? How's that? He then gives you his lute, bids you farewell, and wanders off to stardom. You say goodbye to the ex-minstrel, but he doesn't respond as he's so engrossed in his Shakespearean soliloquy. Cool. Lute. Can't play it? Now we need to find Pan and play the loot for him. Sometimes he... Oh, there he is. Pan has ceased his dancing and now looks at you and the loot curiously. You've already attracted Pan's attention. You speak to Pan, but he doesn't respond. He only stares at you expectantly. Okay, Pan gratefully accepts your gift of the loot, and in return he gives you his flute. Happy now, he dances away with it. Silver flute. The theme. Good music. Alright, so we have a worm. We might be able to catch a fish with it. Is he out here fishing again? It's just an ordinary seagull. You can't catch the seagull. Seagulls don't talk. Let's go back in and see if we can't... Can't help him. Oh, there's the fishing. Yeah. Pole? Yep, it's there all right. Get pole. You can't take their fishing pole as that's their only means of survival. Yeah, there's something... give worm. Let's save it real quick. I think we have to fish. The fisherman and his wife look at it in interest, but then shrug and shake their heads. You know what? Diamond pouch. I bet you that's what it is. Give diamonds. You offer the pouch of diamonds to the fisherman who takes it gladly. Wife, give the girl my fishing pole in trade, he tells his tired wife. Obediently, she retrieves the pole and hands it to you. Thank you very much, she says, smiling. You have certainly helped us. You speak to the old fisherman, and he replies, you've really helped me and the missus, girlie. Those diamonds will come in awful handy. We can't thank you enough. Again, you say a few words to the fisherman. All right, already, he exclaims. I told you that I was grateful. Don't you have something else to do? Fishing pole. Cool. You speak to the fisherman's wife. She smiles as she replies, you're a very kind girl. You've helped us out a lot. Why, I might even be able to buy some brand new clothes. You say a few words to the woman, but she seems not to hear you as she is humming softly to herself while kneading the bread. Cool. Now we can fish. Just can't remember what happens. Save it. Put on pole. Scrunching up your delicate nose, you gingerly bait the hook of the fishing pole with the large earthworm. Baited fishing pole. Okay. Fish. Eagerly from the end of the pier, you fling the baited line of the fishing pole into the ocean. The fish don't seem to be biting. doesn't happen the first time around. Sometimes. Almost immediately, you feel a sharp tug on the line. Something pulls and fights your line as you slowly reel it in. There it is. You have caught yourself a fine, fat fish. Can you catch any more? Oh, we don't have a worm anymore, I don't think. Almost immediately, you feel a sharp tug on the line. Something pulls and fights your line as you slowly reel it in. There it is. You have caught yourself an old waterlogged boot. But since you have no need of a boot, you toss it back into the water. Dead fish. I think we're out of worms. Yep, you don't have it. We'll try fishing one more time. See if we get anything else, but I don't think we will. But wait, you haven't baited your hook. Feeling rather sheepish, you reel in your empty fishing line. We caught the fish. I just don't remember what to do with the fish, so I'm going to save it. We're going to save a backup. Let's do a backup. Just in case. But I got the flute, and I can't remember what we're supposed to do with that. Or the dead fish. It's down this way. Oh no, you're caught. The terrible ogre. The terrible ogre grabs you by the braids and drags you off to an untimely end. Dinner will definitely be on you tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. We need to figure out where else we can go. Save. That's why we save it. He's like right there. And we go further east. This is a heavy wooden door. Open the door. Can't, it's locked. That's weird. I could have sworn you do. Maybe you don't. Oh, I know. We need to go up the pathway over here, I believe. Yeah, we gotta go up here. This is like the last thing, really, that we can do. Alright, let's save it. This is where the mouse comes in handy. Uh-oh, there's lots of goons. The treacherous path winds narrowly around the craggy mountain. In the distance, perched upon a rocky ledge, you see a dark, unfamiliar castle. The dark castle looks very forbidding. It perches precariously upon an overhanging mountain ledge. The path upon which you are now treading seems to lead directly to the sinister castle. The mountain path is thin and dangerous. It seems to lead to a dark castle. But lots of wounds are not appealing at all. Besides having an unnatural power to their skin, they are creepy little creatures who fly upon wings that resemble those of bats. The music. Thanks for the lift. Well, my pet's Lilot hisses, what have you drugged home today? Lilot gives you the once-over, and as she does, her red eyes begin to narrow. Are you a foolish girl who wandered here by mistake, or are you a spy sent here by my enemy Genesta? You swear to Lilot that you are nothing but a poor peasant girl who has lost her way, but she doesn't seem to believe you as her mouth begins to snarl and her eyes narrow to mere slits. There's that crow, that raven, that was sitting on that perch. I wonder if it's keeping an eye on you. For the first time, you experience real fear and begin to tremble. Lilot snarls, you don't look stupid enough to have wandered here. I believe you're a spy. Take her to the cell. You have found yourself in a horrible cell. It looks as if others have found their way here too. Hopefully you won't end up like them. The window is too high. At least 2 unfortunate individuals have met their end here. The chains are securely attached to the wall. It's locked. I don't see one of Lilot's henchmen here. Nothing. You hear the henchman returning. Perhaps they are setting you free. The henchman motions you to follow him out of the cell. Lilot gives you a sickly sweet look. You're lucky, my dear, she coos. My precious son Edgar has taken a liking to you, and he believes you. He's convinced me to give you a chance to prove your innocence. You glance at the homely young man standing next to Lilot. He blushes. Lilot continues, I wish to own the unicorn that inhabits the Meadowland. Bring me the unicorn, and I shall not only set you free, but reward you as well. To her henchman, Lilot orders, go, take her back to the forest. So, there's that raven. I bet you that's Lilot's raven. I think, actually, can we go in here? I think we have to use Cupid's bow to catch the unicorn. But I could have sworn there was like a bridle or something that you're supposed to use. Maybe not. I can't remember. Let's just see if we can catch him. Out here. Is this where the bridge is? Yeah. Hmm. Let's see if this works. Aim one of Cupid's golden arrows toward the beautiful unicorn. You let it go. You let go of the bow string. Zing! Bullseye. The magnificent unicorn is no longer afraid of you. It's now your friend. Not close enough. Right here. You gently stroke the velvety soft nose of the unicorn. It seems as if you have made a friend, Rosella. You speak gently to the splendid unicorn. It whinnies softly in response. It would not do you any good, as you could mount the unicorn but could not guide it. Ah, yeah, no bridle. Oops. Oh, I have one arrow left. I know there's a way to get him to follow you. Just don't remember what it is. Let's leave the backup save there. We'll save over this. Okay, at least he's still there. He's not running away. Just have to remember where he's at. We definitely need to find... I think it's a bridle. Man, I can't remember. We looked through the window yet? There was a way we could look. No? Man. There's a way to get in the house. And I do not remember how to do it. Oh dear God. The ogre looks mean. Better get out of there fast. There's no time for conversation. Small crown. Silver flute. Yeah, like... I cannot remember. I was wondering if I was going to get stumped. Well, where do we go, Rosella? I can't remember. It's been a while. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I remember this. That's right. We wear the crown. We're a frog. We can jump through the waterfall and get past it. But I still need to light the lantern, and I don't remember how to do that. But we do need a light. I wonder if we can light it from the torch in the house. Let me try. That's right, I remember now. Using a flint attached to the oil lantern, you light it. The lantern burns with a bright glow. Heck yeah. That's right. Lantern lit. Awesome. Alright. Alright, good deal. Yeah, we need to get through that waterfall. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's just go this way then. They did a good job with this game, the design of it. It's pretty cool, man. Alright, here we go. We'll save it. I think we've got everything we need, because we're going to need the flute, the lantern. Man, I think that's it. We got it saved before we jump in. Here we go. It sure feels good to be yourself again. What's this? Why, it's a cave behind the waterfall. You see an old board lying by the cave entrance. You see a deep pool below the waterfall. Waterfalls sure look different when you're underneath them. You see rocks all around you. It sure is dark in there. Bored. So I remember this. There's like a. You can save that. Let's save the backup. There's an ogre or something. The cave is very dark. Try as you might, you cannot peer through the darkness. Jeez. The earth floor of the cave is cold and hard. So, right. This is the darkest cave you've ever seen. You see an opening in the distance. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I knew there was something around here. You have to use the board. Lay board. Feeling in the dark, you managed to place the board across the crevice. Now, can you cross it safely? Feeling in the dark again, you managed to pick up the board without dropping it into the crevice. Awesome. From here, a huge muddy swamp spreads eastward. Large moss-covered swamp trees tower overhead, while grass tufts and reedy plants poke up from the mire. You can hear the many chirpings and croakings of unseen swamp creatures. The mucky swamp spreads in all directions. Large moss-draped trees grow abundantly here. A small cave leads into the mountain. The sky is nice and blue. Where else? The marsh is filled with plant life, from thick reeds to moss hanging from tall swamp trees. Alright, so we're going to jump. Not from here. There we go. Uh-oh, what did you do, Rosella? Don't you know that some swamps are quagmires that will suck you under? As you take your last breath, you contemplate this final information. Ooh. No, I'll go back in there, damn it. You see a small island in the middle of the huge swamp. Upon this island grows a scrawny little tree. A large glistening fruit hangs from its small branch. Unfortunately, a huge cobra protects it. The tree is small and scrawny. It looks like it's taken almost every ounce of its strength to produce this one wondrous fruit. A huge cobra protects the small tree that bears the wondrous fruit, the fruit that your father's life depends upon. You see a single glistening fruit upon the scrawny tree. Cobras don't usually talk. Play flute. Nervously, you raise the flute to your mouth and begin to play a melodic tune to the big cobra, who begins to sway with the music. Soon the snake is mesmerized by it and falls into an hypnotic trance. The large cobra seems completely under your spell, but not for long. Magic fruit. Cool. Try another way to say that. Snake. You wouldn't want the cobra. Kill snake. You have no way of killing a big cobra. And now we head back. Alright, we got the fruit. Now we got to get out of here. Guess not. Alright, we'll make it. Alright, cool, we got the board. Save it. I think we have to go up. Oh no, you've been caught by the vicious troll. Fate be what it may, you are dragged off to meet it. Does it say growl? Maybe we just keep going right or left. I just remember we went down one. Certainly went north. No? Huh. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right. Let's head back out. So we got everything we need, right? I think it does like a cutscene soon. Do we need to go back to the giant's house? That's what I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I know we're supposed to get in there at some point. Yeah, there's something. Is it open the door maybe? Nope. Man, I can't remember. I feel like we're supposed to get a sheet of music. I remember that much. And it's like a sheet of music so we can play the organ. I don't know what we do with the dead fish. I can't remember that. Do we throw that in the water at the ocean maybe? That's what I'm trying to remember. We don't have a key. The key in the organ opens up the crypt. So we have to get the music sheet from wherever that is. And we're supposed to swim in the ocean at some point. But, I'm trying to remember. Hmm. Oh, we're supposed to get like a scarab or something too. There's a way to get through the forest of all those evil trees, and you have to wear a scarab or something like that. I can't remember how you get that. We throw the dead fish in the water? That doesn't make any sense to do that, does it? Hmm. Man, I cannot remember. Now I'm really trying to remember. If we swim, the shark gets us like immediately. You know what? I saved it, so we're good. I think we're supposed to... I think we're supposed to keep swimming. Man, I think that's later that we swim. Getting very tired, Rosella. Oh, sweet. I made it. Let's save it on this one. Awesome, I made it. You stare out at the ocean and the white sand beach of this secluded island. From the middle of the island, a majestic ivory palace towers surrounded by a lovely manicured garden. Something catches your eye. Why, it's a beautiful peacock feather. We definitely need that, as far as I remember. I see nothing but sandy soil. Peacock feather. Heck yeah, man. I was wondering how to get the feather. You have found yourself upon a most beautiful and exotic island. In the center of this island, a wondrous ivory palace towers. Behind you, the azure ocean washes gently upon the island's sparkling beach. A majestic peacock with a beautiful tail struts by. You wouldn't accomplish it. That wouldn't accomplish anything. Peacocks don't talk. The beautiful blue ocean washes gently upon the shore of the magical island. Dominating the center of this island is a splendid ivory palace. Cool. You see a sparkling sand beach of an exotic island before you. In the center of the island, a wonderful ivory palace rises. A lovely garden surrounds the palace. You are standing in the lovely garden of this enchanted island. Beside you rises a grand ivory palace. Within this garden, a bridge emblazoned with the figures of swans arches over a little pond. A beautiful white swan floats serenely upon it. A lovely bridge is reflected in the mirror-like little pond. A majestic white swan floats upon it. A beautiful white swan floats gracefully upon the little pond. Swan. You don't need the swan. You can't talk to a swan. The swan-carved bridge arches elegantly over the little pond. Not now, you have too many things to do. The beautiful garden gives you a sense of peaceful serenity. You see the beach of a beautiful enchanted island. Behind you, an ivory palace rises majestically. A luxuriant garden encircles the magnificent palace. Oh dear. Slow it down a little bit. You see the azure ocean stretching in front of you as you stand on the beach of this marvelous island. Behind you, set amidst a beautiful garden, rises a splendid ivory palace. Cool, so we made it back. You are roaming through the wonderful island garden. Towering beside you is an enchanting ivory palace. You see an interesting statue within this part of the garden. Depicted in the statue, a pair of dolphins leap gracefully from a wave. Oh, I think that's a hint. The beautiful garden gives you a sense of peaceful serenity. Yeah, I think that's foreshadowing. Genesis' tiny fairies guard the palace door. Before you, the palace door beckons, flanked on both sides by lilac shrubs. Good music. That's cool. Across the little bridge. It's an elegant door. Two small fairies hover protectively above the palace door. You speak to the little fairies, but they do not respond. Perhaps they cannot talk. The tiny fairies watch you closely. I don't know if we could do anything. It's cool. This is the entry hall of the Enchanted Ivory Palace. Two of the doors are closed and presumably off limits to uninvited visitors. The left doorway, however, is open. Two of the doors are closed, locked, and off limits to uninvited visitors, but the left doorway is open. The main palace door is behind you. There's nothing of importance on the walls. Genesta's constant companions are small fairies with fluttering wings and brightly colored gowns. They utter not a word. Is that a vase? No. You can't, the door is locked. The door is locked. Not door. There's no answer. There's no answer. Alright. You're on a tower stairway of the island's ivory palace. From here, the tower stairs both go upward and downward. Genesta's bedchamber is very beautiful and serene. Genesta lies very still upon the seashell bed, her concerned fairy helpers hovering near, and her pet snow leopard lying close by. That's cool. Leopard. How do you spell that? A white-spotted snow leopard lies on the floor of Genesta's bedchamber. It lies quite still, but for an occasional twitch of its tail. The lovely fairy is visibly fading fast. Within hours, if she doesn't get her magic talisman back, she'll be dead. This will be a loss for Tamir, as the evil Alat will come to power. Genesta's constant companions are small fairies with fluttering wings and brightly colored gowns. They utter not a word. Wide steps lead down from Genesta's bedchamber. You can't see out the window from here. Genesta's tiny fairy helpers flit furiously about, trying to keep you from disturbing the dying fairy. You see the ocean out the window. That's probably not a good idea. Snow leopards do not talk. No, it's private. As you attempt to speak to the gravely ill Genesta, her small fairy helpers flutter madly about, trying to prevent you from disturbing her. I think we can give her... Can we feed her? We saved it, right? Gorgeous flowers surround Genesta as she lies ill on her bed. Give fruit. Genesta only needs her talisman. We don't have it. Alright. Genesta's tiny fairies guard the palace door. Alright, so we got the feather. I feel like we might be okay. I just can't remember which way we're supposed to swim. I don't see anyone. You're swimming in a great ocean, playful fish like the goddess. Horrors, you have been swallowed by a huge whale. Phew, this place stinks. Horrors, you've been swallowed by a huge whale. Okay. Phew, this place stinks. What's that? You notice a bottle floating in the seawater of the whale's stomach. Hopefully we're good to go. Okay. Seawater floats in the whale's stomach. The skeleton of an unlucky man, let's call him James, rests atop the wreckage of a small boat. There's nothing in the old boat. It didn't help James, and it won't help you. The whale's throat and mouth are enormous. Huge teeth, a great tongue, and yes, even a large uvula. What's that, you say? Well, suffice it to say it looks like a big punching bag and it hangs down from the top of the throat. See? You learn something new every day. Work bottle. Glass bottle. Open bottle. You open the glass bottle and retrieve the imprisoned note. Gee, there seems to be writing on the note. Read note. Anybody out there? I had a condor drop this bottle in the nearest ocean to beg for help with King's Quest 1. Help me fight this fire-breathing dragon. Hey, I need help here. The wicked horned king has had me thrown into his dungeon. If I don't get out of here, then evil will rule the world in the Black Cauldron. These are all Sierra games. That's funny. Help, I'm about to get blasted by evil Sarians in Space Quest. Anybody have a handy ray gun out there? Sludge Volhall is holding me prisoner in Space Quest 2. Help me out of this jam. I see a beautiful mermaid in King's Quest 2, but she won't help me. Tell me what to do. That's cool. Drug dealers are terrorizing the city of Lytton. I need a partner to help put away these bad guys in Place Quest. I think that's it. Help, the girls in Leisure Suit Larry and the land of the lounge lizards are mighty uncooperative. Give me some help here, guys. Sludge Volhall is holding me prisoner in Space Quest. Yeah, I read that one. I'm a little kid and my name's Tommy. I'm having trouble with old King Cole and Humpty Dumpty and mixed up Mother Goose. Come and help me. It's funny. Okay, so we need to get out of here. I don't remember if there was anything else that we needed, though, from this whale. I'm trying to remember. We got note, glass bottle. No? We just have to make it out of here. You have to get out of here because I think you die if you're not careful. This is the biggest tongue you have ever seen. It's also extremely slippery, slimy, and bumpy. Ugh. Damn, man. Seems like the middle is the best place to be. Okay. Looks like the noxious fumes have finally gotten to you, Rosella. Yeah. Jeez, man. I don't even know how you're supposed to tell where to go. Jeez. almost. I may have to look this up. This is probably the hardest part of the game. This is a disgusting place to be. Seawater, dead fish, junk, you name it, float around in here. Hopefully your fate will not be the same as poor James lying over there. Jeez. Come on. It's like you start here and you go diagonal or something. Man, I don't know how they expected you to figure this out. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking to walk more over here. Oh, come on. Good Lord. I remember there was a trick to this. Good God. I have no idea. We're gonna look it up. I'm getting irritated now. It's like I don't know where to go. This had to be the toughest part. Oh, is it back there? This side. Hey, we made it. Oh, no. Son of a bitch. Go over here. Alright, save it there. You frantically tickle the throat of the whale with the big peacock feather. You begin to feel a quiver under your feet, which quickly turns into a mighty tremble. Suddenly, you hear a thunderous achoo, and you are swept out of the whale's mouth in a tremendous wave of ocean water. Again, you find yourself swimming in the ocean. Oh yeah, I remember this. You have found yourself stranded upon a desert island. Also, it seems have others before you. Now, what are you going to do, Rosella? A pelican visits you on this desert island. You feel silly trying to talk to a pelican. It looks as if an unlucky sailor had been stranded here. You see a glint coming from one of the wrecked boats on the beach. Only one lonely palm grows here. Let's save it. Give fish to bird. You throw the stinky dead fish to the pelican. Greedily, he catches it in his large bill. As he does so, you notice something shiny fall from his bill onto the ground. You see a shiny whistle lying on the ground. Silver whistle. So, whistle? You put the shiny silver whistle to your lips and forcefully blow into it, producing a loud tweet. To your astonishment, a friendly dolphin appears just offshore and jabbers excitedly at you. A bottlenose dolphin pokes its nose out of the water and chatters noisily. You speak to the dolphin and it chatters back. Ride dolphin? That's awesome. You're riding a dolphin in the great ocean. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so the dolphin was a foreshadow. thing is, I guess that's it. What do we have? I think there's a way to get the unicorn to follow us, but I could have sworn it was a bridle though. Damn. Still nothing, huh? I think we're supposed to get the unicorn at this point, aren't we? I can get a unicorn with no bridle. Yep, you're supposed to get a bridle, and I don't remember how to do that. Alright, let's save it. So, man, I can't remember. Let's keep exploring. I could have sworn it turned to nighttime, like after I got the fruit. That's when I seem to remember it turning to nighttime. And I can't go back behind the house because of the trees. Yeah. There's not really any other place for me to go, to my knowledge. Yeah, I mean, wait, how many? 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. 7 beds. Yeah, I can't remember. The only thing I've had to look up so far is the whale. Yeah, there's a way to get the sheet music, and I freaking cannot remember. And it's not nighttime yet. I can't remember how to get that sheet music. I know the ogre has like a chicken or a hen, and it has a golden egg, and you're supposed to get that, I think. But I don't remember how or why. Yeah, there's I'm definitely missing something. I may have to look it up here because I cannot remember. Oh no, we did miss something. I gotta get swallowed by the whale again. Shit. There was a bridle out there. Yeah, I think there was. I don't have the feather, do I? Damn, okay. Alright, so hopefully we can get swallowed by the whale again. I don't know if we can or not. Am I dead? Your last step was a little doozy. Yeah, we definitely need to get swallowed by the whale. We're going to have to do all that again, I think. Hopefully we'll come across him again. Damn. Cool. Alright, save it here. And let's go back. So I think this is where I left from. And it ate me. Make a tasty morsel for that hungry shark. Let's try going down here. Come on, whale. Man, I hope I didn't mess it up. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do all that again. I'll tell you what. Restore the backup. Let's just do this. We know what we have to do, and really, we're not doing a whole lot. I just did a lot of exploring and looking, so it's really not a big deal. I do have to leave here in a little bit. I gotta go pick up my girlfriend from her work because she's without her car right now. Oh, that's bull. Really hoping the whale would just show up so I could go to that island again. Oh, you know what? No, I can't do that. We're doing it again. Kind of sucks the enemies can get you into the next screen. You're getting very tired. Yep. Alright, there's the feather. I don't think there was anything else we needed, so let's save. Back up, I think. Go back. Alright, let's try again. No, the whale will show up eventually. Yeah, there he is. Alright, good deal. There's nothing else. Okay, so alright, save it. Shit. I can't believe we're doing this again. Save. That's why we saved it. That's right, it was over here. Look at the ground inside the wrecked boat. What is this? Why, it's a golden bridle. You pick it up and carry it with you. Good lord. You look, but see nothing except sand. All right. And whistle. What do you want to? What do you want to do with the silver whistle? Blow whistle. Save it. Sorry about that. I messed up, but we corrected it. That's why we have a backup save. Golden bridle. Heck yeah. Is he down here? Nope. Is it probably up this way? As the beautiful unicorn offers no resistance, you gently place the golden bit into its mouth and fit the bridle and reins over its majestic head. The unicorn looks at you with curiosity. Why don't you just ride the unicorn? Ah. Try the other side. Oh my gosh. You nimbly mount the magnificent unicorn, grab the golden reins, and set off toward Lalat's castle. It's cool. Hopefully we've done everything correctly up to this point. And I'm glad I don't have to control the character. The unicorn seemed paralyzed, and I didn't get to read it. You're going to have to pause it. So, Lalat says, I hear you were a good girl and brought me the unicorn. I'm almost convinced you might be innocent after all, but she clears her throat. Not quite. Oh, this doesn't sound good, you think? Lalat continues, I am desirous of the hen that lays the golden eggs. Currently, the hen is kept by the ogre and his wife. Ah, that's the part I was trying to get to. Bring me the hen, and you shall have your freedom and a great reward. Ah, I see. So it's like if you give a mouse a cookie. Take her away, Lalat orders her goons. Because she already said I would have my freedom after bringing the unicorn. Now she wants more. Got it. Now we got to go to the ogre's place. I think we can do it. I think we're ready to go. Oh my god. Oh. I saw something. Let's try the window now, or is it the keyhole? You cautiously tap at the door. Just a minute, I'm coming. A loud woman's voice yells with a jerk. The door opens to reveal, oh no, the ogress. Poor Rosella, it looks like you'll join the deer in the stew pot tonight. Alright, so how do we know? This is a large, crudely built thatched roof house that makes you feel uneasy. Look in window. We'll save it here. I don't have much left to go in the game. I just don't remember. Can I just open the door? Watch out, a very unfriendly bulldog rushes towards you. Lord, what do I give him? Which cannot be displayed at this time. What do I have? Oh, ball, maybe? That would not accomplish anything. This isn't the most cozy looking living room you've ever seen. In fact, the ogre's house looks almost frightening. Damn, that was close. Silver whistle, maybe? Gold shovel, keep bow, small crown, peacock feather, gold ball. Tweet. Nope, that did nothing. You listen intently. There's something I'm supposed to get, and I don't remember what it is. There are 2 chairs at the table. This is definitely not your basic cute pooch. This dog means business. Man, what was it that we... Glass bottle, note. I don't even know, I don't remember encountering the dog, but I think we threw something for him. That was the gold ball. Is it not? Burp. You weren't fast enough, Rosella. You were nothing but a bite-sized morsel for that big dog. So, yeah, there's something we're supposed to do with the dog, and I don't remember what it is. Oh, we need a bone. That's right. Okay. It's inside the kit. I hope I can turn back into a frog and grab the bone. You see a pile of bones by the cave entrance. You don't need another one. Bone. Heck yeah, we got it. Wow, man, I was just kind of worried about that. Like having to do it over. Thank goodness for hints, whoever wrote those out. Let's save it. Maybe we can do this now. Bone. Quickly, you toss the bone to the big dog, who catches it in midair. Happy with his surprise gift, he takes it to his favorite rug, lies down, and begins to gnaw at it. He seems to have completely forgotten about you. The dog is too interested in its bone to listen to you. Not this dog. Table. It's a large wooden table. You smell something horrible cooking on the stove in the ogre's kitchen. As a matter of fact, you get the feeling that this is not a safe place to be. Can we go upstairs? You have entered the ogre's upstairs bedroom, where a huge bed dominates the place. In the left wall, you notice a closed door. Against the right wall leans the ogre's axe. Nothing of importance in the barrel. Get axe. Oops. Axe. No, it's private. Wow. A large bed occupies most of the room. Something special. The door is closed. From behind it, you hear a soft clucking sound. Can't, the door is locked. A bear rug lies on the floor by the bed. You see the forest out the window. Aren't we supposed to like hide in here or something? The front door leads outside. There's an open doorway to the right and a closet door under the stairs. You have found yourself inside the ogre's small closet. For a closet, it's surprisingly empty. You notice a large keyhole under the doorknob of the closet door. It's a big closet. I think we're supposed to wait. If I'm no. You hear the ogre in the house. The ogre roars, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of a..." Quiet, you old goat, interrupts the ogress. That's just a deer you smell. You know how you get when you're hungry. Here, eat. It is a big dude. Wife, shouts the ogre, bring me my hen. Ah. Lay, orders the ogre. Lay. With excitement, you watch the hen lay a golden egg, which the ogre takes. He yawns, then falls asleep on the table. Soon his snoring rattles the walls. You see the ogre sleeping at the table. You had better be real quiet. Have it. Close enough. The terrible ogre is asleep at the table, snoring loudly. Squawk, squawk, oh. The hen has woken the ogre. I think we made it. Magic can. Get egg. Not now, only one golden egg per day. Cluck cluck. I think we're good. Let's do the backup now. Now that we got the hen. It's kind of like the 3 treasures on the first one. I think she wants us to get Pandora's box next, if I remember correctly. Oh, son of a... You should be more careful, Rosella. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and head out here after Lolot's goons pick me up. and we'll stop it, and I'll save it, and we'll continue later. Uh-oh, lots of goons. What a good girl you are, Lilot Gushes. I really ought to give you your reward right now. She pauses and you wonder what she's up to. Lilot goes on to say, but I have just the tiniest bit of doubt left. Or teeniest, tiniest. If you do just one more thing for me, I'll be completely convinced of your innocence and you'll receive a wonderful reward. Somehow you don't quite believe her. I want to have Pandora's box. It is said that whoever owns it would be in possession of the purest evil. Lilot's red eyes glow as she exclaims, with the power and evil of Pandora's box, I would be unstoppable. I think that's in the crypt. Your terror returns as you realize what an evil being Lilot really is. You wonder if you should be helping her in this way, but what can you do about it? Nothing right now. I don't know the whereabouts of Pandora's box, Lilot tells you. You must search for it yourself. Again, she orders her henchmen to take her away. And this is the last part. So we'll stop here. So thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitch and subscribe, or Twitch and X. But I haven't been on Twitch in a while. Keep saying that out of habit. But definitely follow me on X. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of when I upload or stream. Give the video a like if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't, and comment down below what you think of King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. I'm going to try to play the second part later today after I get back and finish the game. It's a lot of fun, so thanks again for watching and joining. And if you stopped by during the stream, I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and stay safe.